You hear it all the time, right? Blue collar work is dying. It's a dead end. Nobody wants to break their back for a paycheck anymore. And yet, plumbing companies, roofing businesses, electrical contractors, and HVAC shops are absolutely crushing it right now, guys. These local service businesses are printing money. So, what's the fucking deal? Today, I'm breaking down why blue collar industries are one of the most lucrative opportunities in businesses right now. The three reasons these businesses aren't going anywhere, and how to understand this market could be the smartest move that you make this year. There's one thing happening in blue collar industries right now that nobody is talking about. It's creating a massive opportunity, and I'm going to reveal exactly what this is in the next few minutes here. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Now, here's the thing. I pulled data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and blue-collar jobs still employ over 30 million Americans. But here's what matters more than that. There are over 30 million local businesses in the United States, and a massive chunk of them are service-based companies, right? Plumbers, roofers, electricians, HVAC techs. Construction alone is projected to add 430,000 new jobs by 2031, which means thousands of new businesses will open to meet that demand, right? So if these industries are supposedly dying, why are these businesses fucking thriving? Okay. So click the link in the description for the free training. I'm going to show you the same digital leasing strategy that brings me in over 41,000 per month. My students are making 2,000 to 6,000 a month with this same exact system. I'm going to break down exactly how it works, how you can go build digital properties that generate reoccurring income, and how to close local business owners who are desperate for more customers in these niches. The link for you is in the description, okay? But let's start with the elephant in the room real quick. The money, right? People think blue-collar jobs don't pay, but that's bullshit. Complete bullshit if you ask me, because the average electrician in the United States makes 60 to 80,000 a year. Okay, local HVAC techs guys are bringing home 50 to 70,000 a year, and local plumbers running their own operations are making 55,000 to 90,000 a year, depending on their market, right? And I'm not saying they're getting rich here, okay, but they're sure as the hell not broke. Okay, so what you don't see on Instagram, guys, is the consistency in all this. Mike the plumber, he isn't posting his W-2, right? But he's been clearing 75,000 a year for the last fucking decade. He's got steady work. He's got health insurance for his family, a mortgage on a house that he actually owns. Compare that to a 27-year-old kid with a psychology degree working 3 fucking gig economy jobs to pay his rent. So who's really winning here? But that's not the full story, okay? Yeah, the money's fucking decent, but there are 3 massive reasons people stay in blue-collar work that have nothing to do with the paycheck alone. And if you don't understand these, then you're never going to get why these industries work the way that they do. So reason number 1 is identity and pride, right? You ever talk to a 3rd-generation electrician? A guy whose, grandfather wired up half of the town, whose dad taught him how to bend conduit when he was just 12 years old, and who now runs his own crew. That's not just a job, guys. That's a legacy. That's identity. Blue-collar workers build shit. Real, tangible things. And at the end of the day, they can point to a house and say, I fucking built that. They can drive past a bridge and say, I welded on that. You think some marketing analyst at a Fortune 500 company gets the same feeling looking at a fucking spreadsheet? Hell no, he doesn't. There's pride in mastery. A master carpenter doesn't just hammer nails. He understands wood grain, load distribution, and how to make something beautiful that lasts 100 years from now. That kind of craftsmanship, it's an art form, right? And let's be real here. A lot of these guys and gals, they grew up in blue-collar families. Their parents did it. Their friends did it. It's the culture that they know. Switching to a corporate job would feel like betraying who they are. On the flip side, there's a dark side to this pride, right? Some people stay because they're afraid to be judged. They think, if I leave the construction niche to start an online business, my buddies will think I'm soft. So they stay stuck, sacrificing their body and their future just to avoid looking like a quitter, right? But that's not pride. That's fear dressed up as loyalty here. Reason number 2, barrier to entry. Reason number 2, the barrier to entry is real. Let's say you're 35 years old, right? You've been doing HVAC for 15 years and you're thinking about a career change. What are you going to do? Go back to school for 4 years and get a degree in marketing? Take on $60,000 in student debt so you can compete with 22-year-old fucking kids for an entry-level job paying $45,000? Fuck that, right? The reality is most blue-collar workers feel trapped, okay? Not because they love their job, guys, but because they don't see a realistic path out of it. They've got bills, right? They got a family. They got a mortgage payment that needs to be paid. They can't just quit and figure it all out. The barrier isn't education here. The barrier is time and flexibility. These workers don't have the luxury of taking the year off to find themselves, right? Or go hustle on a side project. They're working 50-hour weeks. They've got kids in daycare, a spouse who depends on that paycheck. So even if they want to start something new, when the hell would they do it? Compare that to spending $100,000 on a degree so then you can fight for a job that pays you less than what you're already fucking making, right? Now, here's the thing. That's exactly where the opportunity is, guys, okay? But I'm going to come back to that in a minute for you. Reason number 3, the demand explosion, guys. Here's what most people miss. Blue-collar industries aren't dying. They're growing, and they can't find enough workers to keep up. Right now, there's a massive skilled labor shortage hitting every single major market there is. Baby boomers are retiring by the thousands every single day. And younger generations, they're not lining up to replace them. You know what that creates? Pricing power. When a plumber can pick and choose his clients because there's 10 jobs for every qualified worker, he's not worried about income anymore. He's turning down work. HVAC companies are booking out 3 weeks in advance during peak seasons. Electricians charge $150 an hour and still have a waiting list. Roofing companies can't hire fast enough because demand is that insane. This isn't a race to the bottom. This is a seller's market. But here's the kicker. These businesses print cash, but most of them, they suck at marketing. They rely on word of mouth, truck wraps, and maybe a janky-ass website that their nephew built back in 2012, right? That's the opportunity here. So why does this matter? Because this is where most people miss the real story, okay? Blue-collar service businesses, they're not struggling. They're thriving. The pay is solid. The demand is only growing, and the business model prints cash. But here's what's even better. These businesses are desperate for one thing: more customers, right? And if you know how to generate leads for them, you're sitting on a gold mine, a digital gold mine. And that leads us to the thing I mentioned earlier, the opportunity that's hiding in plain sight. Right now, blue-collar service businesses are facing a massive market gap. Baby boomers are retiring by the thousands every single day. Younger people are opening businesses but have no idea how to generate customers online. You know what that means? These businesses are desperate for leads. Plumbers, roofers, HVAC companies, electricians, right? They need their phones to ring. They need customers booking appointments, and most of them suck at digital marketing. They rely on word of mouth, truck wraps, and maybe, like I said, that janky website that their nephew built. They're leaving millions on the table because they don't know how to show up on Google when somebody searches for their services. That's where digital leasing comes in. Here's how it works. You build simple lead generation websites that rank on Google for local searches. You don't need to be a coder. Shit, you don't need a fancy degree on designing, right? You just need to understand how to rank a site for emergency plumber in Dallas, Texas, or roof repair in Colorado Springs. When somebody searches, your site shows up. You collect the lead, you send it to the local business, and then they pay you every single month for those leads because one customer is worth thousands of dollars to them. It's like owning digital real estate, guys. You build it once and it generates income month after month. You have no employees, no inventory, no physical location, okay? No customer service headaches either. I've built a portfolio of digital properties that bring me in over $41,000 per month. And I've got students making $2,000 to $6,000 a month doing the exact same thing. Now let's tie all this together. Blue-collar industries are massive. It's a growing market with 30 million workers and businesses that desperately need customers. If you understand this space, you're not looking at a dying sector here, okay? You're looking at one of the most stable, profitable opportunities in this economy. You don't need to become a plumber, though. You don't need to wire houses, though. You just need to understand how to connect these businesses with their customers. I teach this step by step in my free training. I'll show you the exact process, how to pick a niche in the blue collar space, how to build the site, how to rank it on Google, and how to find businesses that will pay you every single month. Blue collar workers built this country. It still does. And the businesses serving these industries need help right now. That's where you come in. Click the link for the free training. Let me show you how digital leasing actually works, okay? Let's build something that taps into this massive market, and let's go build something that lasts.